In today's Dino Pup news, there are new clips aplenty. Obviously not as many as yesterday when we got brand new scenes, but quite a lot to look at. Then there are new posters, new kind of gifts, there's news from Japan. So, let's start with this video from Paramount Pictures, Germany. Alright, wisst ihr was? It means, you know what? I'm gonna have to flex my German skills here.
Wisst ihr was?
Leise, du erschreckst die Fische. Depot.
Aha! Na, it's the one and only D-O-double-G, Snoop Dogg! Yes, this is Snoop Dogg's character, and I'm presuming Paris Hilton's as well. They're here fishing on a very nice looking boat, and he's in a captain's hat, but also a rather relaxed golden dressing gown. So, you can speculate what kind of character this is. We know, I don't think it's a spoiler to say we know that the first thing the PAW Patrol do in this movie is going to be a rescue at sea, so you might want to join some dots there. Speaking of Snoop Dogg, did you see what the official account did? Let's take a look at what King Canine posted. He says, something tells me they didn't double check the sound before using it. Crying emoji. Yes, this is on the Paw Movie's Instagram story. I'm gonna have to censor this later.
Can we get a mother moment of silence for this small chronic break? Yeah. Brown nosing these taking out to eat.
Okay, yeah, they just used Snoop Dogg's Chronic Break, which is literally a track of just him and profanities speaking. There's not even any music, so I have no idea why they would have chosen that. King Canine updates saying they deleted it and reposted it without a sound, and without an explanation, I suppose. They probably did it quickly enough that it'll be plausibly deniable, but I don't think that King Canine fabricated this. Okay, so maybe check what Snoop Dogg sound you are using before posting it on a preschool properties marketing social media account, okay? Anyway, let's get back to that trailer.
Die PAW Patrol.
Hold on. Ooh, new shot of Makala. Let me full screen this.
Die PAW Patrol. Die PAW Patrol stürmt ins Kino.
Ich kann sie...
So I forgot I was supposed to be talking about the translation, but here's Humdinger in an image we haven't seen before in his little purple golf cart thing with the Marshall Kitty and the Rocky Kitty, all looking decidedly colonial. You can take take some notes about this being a kind of post-colonial message about exploiting new lands. Kind of encapsulated indirectly in this sort of imagery. There's always been a kind of little anti-capitalist streak to the movies. That manifests again here. Let me listen to what was said there. Oh, okay, so they're doing this quiet and loud thing. So, you know what?
Leise, du erschreckst die Fische.
Shush, y'all scare the fish.
PAW Patrol.
The Paw Patrol, and then he's got, huh?
Patrol stürmt ins Kino.
Ich kann sie...
The Paw Patrol are stürmt, like storming into the theaters, and then Humdinger, what's he say?
Ich kann sie leider nicht hören.
He's saying, "Speak up! I can't hear you."
PAW Patrol stürmt ins Kino.
And he says it again. Paw Patrol are storming into the movie theaters. Let's see.
Die PAW.
I think there are a few extra frames. We've seen this shot before, but I think it ended just before this. I think we got, like, up till here, but I recall Chase being up here, but we've got Rocky over to the side. So maybe it's a slightly different... Maybe it's actually slightly later than what we saw. But we saw a very similar shots of this already.
Die PAW Patrol stürmt ins Kino.
Let's look at Rocky, Zuma's hovercraft nice and close. I must say, the movies do a great job of making these cheap little plastic toys look amazing when they're designed with all the detail you need for a movie. This looks pretty cool. Of course, driving a hovercraft through a jungle makes limited sense, but that's the theming, and we love it.
Stürmt ins Kino.
So this is from Marshall's encounter with Rhubarb, of course. We've seen pretty much this whole scene. Very cute.
Hättest du gleich sagen sollen.
He says something like, why didn't you say that already, or something
Sagen
like that.
sollen.
Neuer Abend ins Kino.
Hättest du gleich sagen sollen.
You should have said that earlier. So yeah, there's this kind of narrative of the narrator speaking very loudly, and then Snoop Dogg says, be quiet, and then Humdinger says, speak up, and then Marshall says, oh, you should have said that sooner. You get the little bit they're going for. Okay, so these leaf dispatch moments we've seen.
Neue Abenteuer.
Okay, that's new. We've seen this with the lovely lighting. I think it was maybe mirrored before. They've been mirroring a lot of things for no clear reason. Ryder is in formation here. We know he's kind of out of it for a little bit, but not here. But yeah, we haven't seen this where they're actually leaving the treehouse. So this is a better image of how the treehouse is right up on a high ledge. Like we saw previously that there's clouds, kind of rainforest style clouds below them at the level of the tree. So it's very high up, and so they've got plenty of time to catch updrafts. And then we see the big mountain that has the pool at the top that we saw in the Bottle Up video.
Abenteuer.
So new adventure, that's it.
Auf der Dino-Insel.
Neue Technik.
We've heard that Ryder line in English already.
Neue Freunde.
Ich bin Rex.
Ah, Rex! Look how cute and fluffy he is. Ich bin Rex. I'm Rex. Okay, so new friends, and these guys are turning around in alarm. They're looking very cute.
Ich bin Rex und das ist Timmy, der T-Rex.
I interrupted him slightly, but he's saying, I'm Rex, and this is Timmy, the T-Rex. I think even if you don't speak any German, you probably got that. And then this shot we've seen quite a few times of Marshall, Santon's vehicle, because he's totaled it, joining in the stampede in order to rescue. Oh wait, that's a spoiler. I've got to be careful what I say that's only been in the books, but we know what his mission is if you watch the book spoiler videos.
Ziehen wir's durch!
Okay, so more of these shots from the howling right at the end. Actually, it was possible they were trying to do dino noises when we saw this without sound, but we're hearing the howl now. Look at these cute little pups. They're all so adorable. Bless their little hearts. I think when they're howling, it's very sweet. Rex has got his pup tag. We can tell this is very late on in the movie. But this shot, I think, is completely new to us. We're seeing a lot more of the scientists. I think that this is Dr. Theorizing. We've seen him in some of the picture books, and that's probably Bill Nye's character. And then, of course, we've got Eugenia and Heidi. No sign of Lillian that I can see. And then lots of NPCs. So a lot of scientists came to the island, which makes sense because you need the stakes. All these people's lives, as well as the lives of the dinosaurs, are put in danger both from stampedes and from the volcano erupting. Okay. Oops, I put my mouse on the screen. Okay, this is one I posted on social media earlier. We saw it in a separate clip that we'll get to. But yeah, this is a nice reaction to Rhubarb's little scream. Still want him to be called Watermelon. Look at these little watermelon seeds, but he's Rhubarb. It's been sorted. We saw some of this scene before. So yeah, we saw this is a still, I think. That's why we didn't know if it was the same scene as when they're all looking at him. We didn't see exactly this one, but we saw another in this sequence. No sign of Zuma but I assume he's just off screen to the right slightly, or maybe to the left. Let's break this apart a bit more. Still love every frame of this howl. Look at how cute Rocky is. I want to boop every one of these noses. I guess you get one to a rebel. So we know from the books, from the very early books, not the recent spoiler-tastic books, that Rhubarb has a little plot arc where he's finding his roar. This is clearly before he finds his roar, and nobody's very impressed. We also saw a line in the in yesterday's sequential sequences that showed that Marshall immediately is very down on Rhubarb's roar the very first time he hears it. But I love this cringing a set of expressions from everybody. Rex, not quite as cringy, looking a little bit more nonplussed. And you'll note nobody has their helmets on. And I think, there's actually a toy of Marshall with no helmet on with the Volcano playset. And Ryder definitely looks a lot better with his iconic hair free. But yeah, generally seeing them all with no helmets is a nice little change.
Okay.
Paw Patrol.
No need to translate that. So, yeah, the end of the trailer, the end of the teaser, I guess, or the spot, is a little doubtful okay from Marshall.
Okay.
Paw Patrol.
Bless. Look, he's so
Patrol.
cute.
Paw Patrol. Paw.
Hold on, where is it? Give me a nice clear one. Oh, he needs pets. Look how cute he is. Their noses are all bigger, except Sky's compared to the TV versions. Maybe not Rubble's. So they've all definitely got bigger noses, and it kind of has the effect of making their whole faces look smaller, I think. Marshall definitely looks a lot more of a tiny pup than he does in the show, but I've mentioned that many times, including in reviews of the first two movies. Cute. So cute. Alright, let's move on.
Paw Patrol. Der Dino-Film. Nur im Kino.
So Paw Patrol the Dino film, only in theaters, and we got a little bit of a lick from Rhubarb. We've seen that, obviously, in several promos before. Okay, now, number 2. They released 2 new sets of clips right on top of each other. Let's see what Paramount Pictures Germany have also released today.
Macht euch bereit.
Wir legen los.
Für ein Dino-starkes
Okay,
Kino.
was anything new there? No, we've seen all of that. This was in the last one.
Dino-starkes Kinoabenteuer.
Oh, a little worried Marshall there. I think we've seen him putting his paws down to drive, but yeah, he's using his torch. It's darker. We're seeing reflected lava, most probably, and he's in serious mode. This looks like a good moment for him.
Der da heißt Marshall. Den hat
Wait, what did he say?
Marshall. Den hat
Marshall? He's saying Marshall's name?
Der da heißt Marshall. Den hat mein Neffe am liebsten.
Voller Team.
My nephew am liebsten. So my nephew loves him. He says the one that's named Marshall. My nephew loves him. It's quite a meta joke, I think, and I quite like that. I think that's fun. We've seen this before, but I think not as wide as this. I remember these characters in the background running away. This is during the pyroclastic rocks are raining down, so this must be in the final disaster sequence. And then, they're presumably running 2 vehicles. But I don't remember seeing the Mahakala out here, so I think this is a slightly different shot from what we've seen before. Or maybe I'm just misremembering.
Egal, was uns auf der Insel erwartet.
Okay. So, when they're getting evacuated, it looks like it's a tight fit. And this is a fun scene with a baby Stegosaurus, and obviously the Mahakala and others all kind of cramming in and squishing Ryder. I feel like Ryder is going to be the butt of a lot of jokes in this movie, and I'm here for that. I don't mind him being a little comedic. I think that'll be fun. I didn't hear what he said.
Auf der Insel erwartet, wir sind bereit.
Freundschaft.
Oh, that's the same line from all the other trailers.
Egal was uns auf der Insel erwartet, wir sind bereit.
Well, no matter what happens, we'll be prepared. That line. And then Marshall getting his helmet licked off. Friendship, it says. And yeah, so they're listing all the things that are in the movie.
Ich will auch ein Dino als Freund.
Okay, we all know this bit.
Herz.
Weil du der
Baby! Look, where is it? Herz, it says heart. Mein Herz brennt. Meine Liebchen. Sorry, I turned German for a second there, but yeah, obviously this is when Marshall is having a crisis of confidence. We know from the books the context of that, but I'll leave that for spoiler warning videos, which this one isn't. But yeah, Marshall has been hurt and is not feeling very confident after things have not gone well for him in a sequence. And yeah, we've got Ryder trying to cheer him up. Probably after, you know, a flashback or something like that. But look how cute he is. He's got his little bandaged leg. His expression is so adorable. Aw, I want to hug him. Bless his little heart. I love the fluff. I love his proportions in the movies. You know, I've said he looks very small, but, you know, here that's just kind of increasing the sense of vulnerability, and he doesn't look like too small or anything, or too much like a baby. I think generally everything about this makes my heart feel very full. Alright, let's move on.
Weil du der Freund bist, der niemals aufgibt.
Ich kann.
So Ryder says, well, in the English it's gonna be, I guess, you're the pup who never gives up. That line we've seen all over the place. In German it was you're the friend who never gives up. So you know, just variations to make it make a little more sense. And then yeah, we've obviously seen this very nice image of Marshall having, you know, being confident.
Das schaffen.
Und Spaß.
Okay, what did Marshall say?
Aufgibt. Der niemals aufgibt.
Ich kann das schaffen.
Und Spaß.
Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, we've seen that in English, so we know that. I might cut that part out when I'm editing. Let's continue.
Weil du der Freund bist, der niemals aufgibt.
Ich kann das schaffen.
Und
I can do
Spaß.
this.
Bleib locker, Rasselbande!
Oh, that was, of course, Mr. Snoop Dogg again, but we saw that shot already. And for the whole family, it says here.
Ganze Familie.
Dieses Video ist einfach der Wahnsinn!
Oh, new character. This is our first time seeing Dustin. Okay, so Dustin must be there on the boat with Paris Hilton and co. That makes sense. That's what I kind of thought when we first heard about Dustin. Looks like there's a fire because all of the pups are putting out flames. Well, we assume that's what they're shooting water at. What else would it be? So yeah, the huge aircraft carrier has come. And it probably would make a good social media moment.
Abonnieren!
PAW Patrol.
So what does he say? Let me listen to Dustin.
Das Video ist einfach der Wahnsinn! Liken und
Okay, so this video is amazing.
abonnieren!
Oh, and like and subscribe. That's probably the first time I've actually said like and subscribe on this channel. Did the little subscribe button light up? Yeah, well, if you haven't, please do. And then we've got one of these promo
Der
animations.
Dino-Film. Ab 6.
I'm not sure if we've seen this Rex before. We've definitely seen all the
Dino
rest.
Movie.
This is from their kind of Mexican
PAW Patrol. Der
wave. Oh no, it's not. It's not the Mexican wave. It's just from them, kind of
PAW
being
Patrol.
celebratory. I like this this rebel face about to eat the snack that he weirdly can hold in his opposable paw segments, I guess. And Sky doing her flip. These guys doing their weird, not quite a fist bump. Just watch
PAW
how
Patrol.
it's
Der
not
Dino-Film. Ab
really
6.
a fist
August.
bump. I guess
Patrol.
they're doing.
Der Dino-Film.
Oh, they're kind of doing the Baymax thing, right? Where you fist bump and then waggle
Der Dino
your
fällt ab 6.
well, your paw in their case. And then yeah, I don't think we've seen this Rex anywhere before. So he's just kind of
PAW Patrol. Der Dino fällt ab 6.
looking amazed. I feel like there's context to that this isn't. I feel like he's supposed to be looking at something we're not seeing. Okay, so those are the two new German trailers. We learned a lot here. Saw Dustin for the first time. Never seen that character before. New shots of Snoop Dogg. That amazing little frame of, well, that little shot of Marshall and Ryder. Very, very cute. And, yeah, lots of miscellaneous extra bits and pieces along the way. Beautiful. All right. Some of these shots I actually saw for the first time, not in those German trailers, but in this one from Croatia. Let's have a quick look at that. This comes from Blitz, and then Vratska. I guess that's Croatian for Croatian. Let's see.
Ogromno dolazi u kina. Psići uophodni. Dino.
Oh, well, nothing new here. Maybe that howl.
Ogromno.
Wait, oh, actually, is this new? Oh, no. Well, this is when Marshall has fallen down. Sky is always cross-eyed. I feel like they've made a model where the eyes are not aligned properly, and nobody fixed it the whole time. Why are Sky's eyes always pointing in different directions? Anyway, I feel like this is new. I don't think we've seen this, but nice shot. This one, of course, we've seen many times. It's right from the beginning in the teaser. This again. But then they haven't dubbed this, so unlike in the German version, we can hear Carter Young saying okay. Cute. Alright, so we didn't get a huge amount from that, but a little bit of extra info for us there. Next up, this is kind of interesting. In Japan, the number of families you see in this movie theater here have seen the movie. They had a special early day. I reported on it before it happened. Over in Tokyo, where if you are a parent and a child and you apply to their little lottery and you win, you get to go and take your kids. But it was only open to parents and children, so I don't have a kid, so I didn't apply. But at least one member of the fandom went, and she says the film is amazing, their favorite of the three. These are fans, so they've watched everything available in Japan so far, and they know the kind of general standard, and they said it was amazing, they cried 3 times, and highly recommended. But they were careful to avoid spoilers, which I appreciate. For me, there's 1 week till I get to see it. This was a 1 week in advance screening with some of the voice cast there. I'm pretty jealous. I'd love to have been there, but it wasn't possible. And, it's only 1 extra week to wait. And if I'd really, really wanted to see it early, I could have gone to Annecy and seen it in French there. Obviously, I'll understand more in Japanese, because I speak decent Japanese. But, the Japanese translation usually misses out wordplay and little subtleties. It's not going to be quite the same movie in another language as it is in the original. So I'll probably go somewhere around the 8th and try and see it in English before I start traveling. In other news, do you remember that Lowe's announced that they had a PAW Patrol build coming up right around when the movie started, and then it was cancelled for a while, and they said they were bringing it back? Well, here's their reveal of what it's going to look like, including the actual footage of the build. Here we go. You see, it's got a little thing that moves up to make the lava erupt, and then you can kind of move around the little Rhubarb and Marshall. So, simple, fun. I think if you're in the States and you like going to Lowe's, you could pick that up as a little keepsake. The Backstreet Boys released this slightly different version of the little dance animation. They've obviously covered everything in white to fit their theme, which kind of makes Marshall look a bit ghostly. I don't think he suits being in white, being mostly white himself, but it's a fun little novelty, and because it zooms in here, we see some of this stuff in higher resolution than we have anywhere else. Obviously, it's a version with everything in white, except some of the reflections, I guess, but it's nice to see things in a little more detail. Look at Rocky. So very cute. And then there, a little Mexican wave. I think that's the clearest we've seen Sky do this little pancake jump. And of course, Rocky's impressive backflip. Alright, a couple more pieces of news. This poster variant has appeared. I kind of hate it. This is, you know, probably the worst of several not very good posters. It's the same elements as in many other places, including slightly cross-eyed Sky yet again. They've stuck Chase right in the middle, which isn't great in my opinion for the Marshall movie, but presumably the marketing department of whoever put this together feels he's the selling point. Rocky is mirrored, same as before. He has got a little paw on Marshall's helmet, which I guess is kind of cute, and same with the other paws we see sticking up here. And that's the one thing I think is a nice little addition. But Marshall is also mirrored. You can tell because his flashlight should be on this side of his helmet, and he's got this kind of worrying expression I don't love. He looks kind of like an evil machinator, like the bad guy in the movie. So, not too keen on that. Then, of course, Rhubarb is way too small. Timmy is obviously pretty immeasurably too small. They could have probably got away with it looking like he was just way in the background, but they put shadows. They bothered to put in Rex's shadow being cast on Timmy, suggesting he's very close. So, generally, yeah, the scale is all over the place. Okay, so don't love that poster. There's been a lot of dud posters since the first one. I kind of wish they just stuck with that first one, to be honest. But at least Rex looks cute. Finally, I just want to mention this puzzle just because Rocky makes it, and he's not mirrored. I think having 4 of the pups, they almost always will choose Sky. You can see that's what they've done here. And if they don't choose Sky, it's mostly Rubble. So managing to have Rocky slip in here, I think is pretty nice. Alright, that's today's news. I may have been a little bit long-winded here, apologies for that, but hopefully you saw something good here. Click here to see yesterday's video reacting to the new full clips from the movie, which was probably the best thing we've had in this run-up to the movie's release, or click here to see one of my fan animations. That's all for today though, and I'll see you guys again next time.